The 49ers, I wasn't familiar with your game. Welcome back to Fog Football. And holy moly, Rangers announced not one, but two signings in one day. Now, this is actually happening very late. I kind of signed off for the night. I released the transfer roundup video for the July 2nd edition of that show and didn't even talk about Emmanuel Fernandez because I made that fit about, 8 o'clock. And then Rangers dropped this bombshell. So when you're hearing it, it's probably about, 10 a.m., 11 a.m. But yeah, Rangers making two signings in one day, and I've got to apologise. A couple of days ago I was getting very agitated. I was like, where are the signings? What is happening? And for the people wondering, Emmanuel Fernandez is a centre back from Peterborough. So let's dive into it. Rangers Football Club are pleased to announce the signing of Emmanuel Fernandez on a 4-year deal from Peterborough. The 23-year-old defender joins the club on a permanent basis, becoming the latest addition to Russell Martin's squad this summer. Beginning his career with Brentford, Fernandez joined Peterborough in 2021, having had spells with Gillingham and Ramsgate. The promising young centre-back impressed last season, making 42 appearances for the League One outfit. Speaking after signing for Rangers, he said, and I quote, "I am honoured. It is a huge club with a great fan base. I think I can kickstart my career and have a good journey here. I was shocked when I heard about Rangers because it's such a big club, but it was the place I want it to be. I haven't played at this level. There will be a lot of life changes for me, but it's something I want to be a part of and can't wait to get started." End of quote. That's what Emmanuel Fernandez had to say. And he's not played at this level, and it will require some form of step up. Now, in terms of games played for Emmanuel Fernandez, he did play, I think I said 42 games there last season. In the league, he played 30 games for Peterborough in League One, and he actually got 5 goals, which is no bad for a centre back. And that's what we've got to bear in mind here, folks. He's a 6'5" centre back. He is 1.94 metres at a centre back. This guy is an absolute unit, and hopefully he can be great. He'd be 24 in November, so yeah, a young, exciting centre back. Two signings in one day. You know, go back to a month ago. Russell Martin says there'll be one or two in before the Champions League qualifiers. Well, folks, Champions League qualifiers are 19 days away. We've already brought in three. Business is picking up, and you know what? There's reason to be excited. The 49ers, they've identified problems and they're beginning to plug the gaps, so to speak. Now, Russell Martin said Emmanuel's a young defender with a huge amount of potential, and I'm excited to welcome him to the club. He has a strong physical presence, is a commanding defender, and I believe in this environment we can help him and develop him and provide him with the opportunities to take his game to the next level. I'm looking forward to welcoming him into the group and getting to work. Yeah, and obviously I can sit here and hype this guy up and hype everybody else up we sign, but for me, it's not just who we sign and how good I think they are. It's also the fact that they're getting brought in at the beginning of pre-season, right? There's none of this. Well, here, I do believe that some players will be signed later in the window, right? But I feel like for too long, it feels like a lot of the players that we have signed haven't been a part of the pre-season plans. And the ingredients for a successful season start in pre-season for me now. Doesn't mean if you have a bad pre-season, you automatically write everything off and just accept you're going to win hee-haw. But more often than not, if you have a good pre-season, it's going to have a good projection for the rest of the season. And hopefully this guy, Max Aarons and Big Joe can lay the smack down in the games that we see in training, etc., etc. I mean, it just adds an extra excitement for the Club Bruges game. If we were going into the Club Bruges game and no one else had signed apart from Max Aarons, you'd kind of feel a bit down. But now we've signed three players, and I want to see Lyle Cameron in there as well. And exciting times ahead, man, because it is very rare that you sign two players in one day, especially when it's not like a deadline day or something along those lines. So good move. Again, it's a League One player with a lot of potential. There's a lot to unlock. That's the key thing here. He's nowhere near the finished article. We're not signing Paolo Maldini, where some people claim that we are. We're not. But I think I think he'll be a good signing, man. It's good to see these young, exciting players um, getting signed, and I think a lot of time when we sign people, feel like the lower leagues of England, Championship and League One, it's guys that are over the hill, like the Jambo Bear was on about yesterday. Better when you sign somebody when their next club is the biggest move, and there's no mistake about it. This is Emmanuel Fernandez's biggest move.